Hello and welcome to Living in the Yes. We are so excited about living connected to God, and we're going on an adventure. We're so glad you could join us as we ask, is God still good when life feels bad? No, that's a question we've all asked. Let's go after some answers. Having a mountaintop experience with God is amazing. You feel the love. You feel the joy. You and God can take on anything. Woo! Then comes Monday morning. Oh, darn, you overslept. That wasn't supposed to happen, and now you're going to be late to work. And, oh no, the toast is burning. And what? The dog in your shoe. Ugh! Suddenly the warm feeling is gone and all you feel is frustration. Now sometimes you laugh and you move on, but other times Monday turns into Tuesday, turns into Wednesday, turns into Friday, and those frustrations grow. They become disappointments or even tragedies. They swirl around you until you don't know if you can take anymore. That's when you may ask, God, why did you let this happen to me? If you've ever asked that question, today is your lucky day. We are going to pull back the curtain so you can see what's actually going on behind the scenes. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. And there you have it. God is still good. He still loves you, and He is still with you. But the veil just got a little thicker, so it's harder to sense His presence. Then, when the disappointments and hardships come, you did catch the part where this is a fallen world, right? They feel like rocks. They're not bigger than God, but they can hide your view of Him. They'll feel heavy and tiring and difficult. If you don't know how to deal with them, or if you didn't get the right kind of support when you were facing a really terrible problem, your sight can grow dim until you can barely sense the presence of God, and all you can see are the problems. Oh, my friends, that is what some call the dark night of the soul. But what if you turn away from all of that just for a minute? It's not going anywhere. You'll still have to deal with it. But in the middle of it all, you can turn to the Father and climb into His unfailing love. Do you think you can handle those challenges better when you're by His side and with His guidance? In other words, what if you could go from this to this, or even this? Did your dark night just get a little brighter? You see, Jesus was a realist. He told us ahead of time, oh yeah, in this world, you will have troubles. Newsflash, fallen world. Some of the things that happen here may not be God's perfect will. It's just that He's a genius. He takes our mistakes and even our tragedies, brings us comfort, and works out His purposes anyway. So sure, in this fallen world, we will have troubles. But listen, you don't stop there, because Jesus didn't. He went on to say, take heart, I have overcome the world, and I am with you always. So, you don't have to be afraid. Not of a valley, not of a wall, not of a dark night. Whatever you want to call it, it's not bigger than God's love for you, and it cannot separate you from His presence. Let these tender words soak into your soul. When you're facing difficulties, it's actually an opportunity to experience joy. Your faith is being tested. That grows your endurance, and that releases perfection or wholeness into every part of you until there is nothing missing and nothing lacking. James 1, 2-4. In other words, instead of just pushing your difficulties away, have you ever done that, or is it just me? What if you ask God to walk through them with you? There we go. See, He wants to make you stronger, wiser, and more whole than you were before. Now, I'm not going to lie. That process may feel uncomfortable. Don't I know it? But God loves you, and you can trust His heart. This is the secret that you need to know. Those hard times are actually your chance to grow in who you are as a person and in how well you know your Father. This next part is really important. Hear me now. This moment, this terrible moment, is not just your difficulty. It's actually also your opportunity. Don't miss that part. Whatever situation you're facing, for whatever reason, God's heart is for you and His presence is with you. So let's turn and invite Him in. Here are some handy tips. Ask God for wisdom as well as help. Don't assume that His plans are the same as yours, and if His plans are different, they're better. Also remember, God is not going to violate your free will. He'll lead you. You have to choose to follow. The flip side, of course, is that He's probably not going to violate anyone else's free will either, so He's not going to make them behave. Sorry about that. His sense of timing? Well, it's pretty much always different from mine. His priorities tend to be different too. I think it's because He sees farther and His plans and dreams are bigger. But always, always, you can trust that God loves you and His plans for you are good. So the next time difficulty threatens you, remember your opportunity for growing in hope, endurance, connection, and wholeness. And remember why you can thrive in the middle of it all. God loves you, whether you feel Him or not, whether you see Him or not. He promised to be with you always, and He is with you now. Blessings from all of us at Living in the Yes.